sorry if I'm not in the middle. I'm got the camera at a strange angle today for some reason. I hope everybody's well. It's time for Reselling Ramblings again. I think I said that I would do this about once every 2 weeks, and it's about a fortnight since the last one, so time for a little catch up on how things are going in my reselling world. I was going to start by telling you a couple of customer related stories, and I've had a couple of slightly problematic ones this week. On Sunday I accepted an offer on a pair of gents shoes. They were up for £50, they've been up for quite a while, and I was offered 40. I decided to accept. I can't remember what I paid for them, like £8 or something like that maybe. So I accepted, and the following day, on Monday, about lunchtime, I had a quite abrupt and curt message from the buyer saying, I'm trying to pay and it's charging me extra postage. I only offered £40, I don't want to pay £3.50 extra. So I replied to them with a link to the eBay page saying that you're not allowed to, when you make a best offer, it doesn't include the shipping. And explained that it was against eBay's policy, quite politely, obviously. And I then got a message back from him saying, well, I don't want to pay the extra, I'll pay half and you can pay the other half. And now, when that happened, it grates on me, you know, it really bloody winds me up, don't get me wrong. I just think, you know, you're trying to circumvent eBay's policy. It was clear that there was £3.50 postage in addition to your offer, and you're just trying to get round it and now saying you pay £1.75. However, was it really worth getting into a back and forth over £1.75? It wasn't. It wasn't worth my time or energy or worry. Just take the £1.75. Know that you still made a decent profit on the sale and move on, was how I looked at it. And I'm getting, since I've been full-time, this is something that I've struggled with, this sort of thing, and I'm finding it easier and easier now to just let things go. It was only £1.75 in the context of that little amount of money. Yes, the principal was wrong, and I'm a great one for principals really, and he shouldn't have been arguing it anyway, but net result of rolling over and accepting his demand, he feels like he's won, he's happy with the amount he's paid, the sale goes through, hopefully he'll be happy with the shoes and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And all of that has to be worth £1.75, you know, just to avoid any more hassle with it. So in between telling you my first story, telling you the one I'm about to tell you, I've been to the charity shop to buy some stuff. And it's my favourite charity shop, and I know all the people in there really well. And there's an older guy in there, he must be, I would think, mid-70s, absolutely lovely bloke. You couldn't meet a nicer bloke who volunteers in there. Lovely, he's called Tony. And he calls everybody my lovely or my darling. Just, honestly, you couldn't meet a nicer bloke. And this horrible woman, older than me, customer, just came in and was at the till, and he said to her something about, do you want a bag, my darling, or something, and she went, I'm not your darling, and just wiped the floor with him for calling her that. And it was so horrible, and he was really upset, so I laid into her. Anyway, that was just an aside. Anyway, I digress. I'm cross about it, so I just thought I'd share that with you. So my other difficult customer this week was a lady who bought a dress, a red dress, and received it and didn't like it, and instead of messaging me, opened a item not as described case with a great big long not very pleased message in the item not as described case saying, you said this was red dress was red and it's not, it's orange, and look, here's a photo of it next to two red things, and you never told me I'd have to wear leggings and a bra underneath it because it's see-through, and just she clearly didn't like the dress. Anyway, the photo she'd attached of it was of two very pink dresses, and this one was obviously looked more orange next to it. You can't tell pictures from a screen, can you? With the best will in the world, you can't tell. Sorry, you can't tell colours from a screen. You know, I do take a lot of trouble to edit my pictures as much as I possibly can to get them the exact same colour, but that's only on my screen. You know, their screen may be different, so there are nuances of colour. If you're that hung up about the exact shade of something, I think you probably oughtn't to be buying on eBay. However, that wasn't the issue. I was more than happy to take the return. I was more than happy for her to send it back and give her a full refund, but I wasn't happy to pay her postage to send it back. It was clearly a case of buyer's remorse, change of mind, which was fine. You know, you do get that with clothes, you get it with everything, don't you? So I phoned eBay and they said they were less than helpful. I got through to the Philippines. I had quite a long chat. I was eventually put through to the returns department or escalation department or whatever they're calling it these days, and had quite a long chat with the woman, who basically said they would remove any defect I got from the case. And I said, but my issue is that I don't want to pay the postage to return it. Can you not shut the case? I know they can shut cases because you hear of them doing it, but they wouldn't do that, and they wanted me to message the buyer, and said that if I messaged the buyer and still didn't get a result from that through the case, to phone them up again and they would review it again if she didn't respond or if I didn't get the result I needed. So I messaged her and said, look, I'm through the case, and said, I'm really sorry you're disappointed with the dress. I have spoken to eBay and they have advised me that this is a case of change of mind rather than item not as described. So I'm afraid that whilst I'm very happy to take the return and give you a full refund of your original purchase price and the original shipping cost, I'm not going to pay for you to return it. So I had a couple of snotty messages back from her last night, and eventually she asked for my address so she could return it. So I've given her my address, and that is as far as I've got with that. I'll let you know obviously how that pans out, what happens with that, when I do my next video, but that's where we are with that at the moment. So let's move on to more general stuff. Sales have been very buoyant, really very good. I had a dip Monday, Tuesday last week, but when I say a dip, still making plenty of sales, but the actual numbers went down in terms of money. And both weekends since I last spoke to you have been very good. Yeah, it really feels as though we're into that Q4 time now, and people are really starting to think about Christmas and making Christmas type purchases. Lots of shoes and boots, lots of winter boots going out still. I'm doing really well with winter boots. I stockpiled them during the summer, and yeah, that's going really well. And sort of chunky knits, that sort of thing, as you'd expect really. That having been said, I've sold a couple of summer dresses the last couple of weeks as well. I think this week and last week are half term, so perhaps people are going away on holiday. So yeah, a good mixture of stuff. Christmas gift sets are starting to go. Definitely a general feeling of the time of year, I would say. Listings wise, last Friday I hit 900 listings, which I was very pleased about, and went down over the weekend obviously as stuff sold, and I'm trying not to list at the weekend. I'm trying to give myself time off a little bit more over the weekend. So it dipped by Monday, and I did 20 listings Monday, 20 listings yesterday, and I got back to the 900 last night. Dipped down again overnight with sales, so I'm hoping to do another 20 today, and that should push me well over the 900. Big listing news is that you know that I list using Auctiva. I've used it since 2009 and absolutely love it. I've always been the world's biggest advocate for Auctiva. However, Auctiva was down sometime last week, and so I decided to rather than not list, I decided to list directly on eBay. And oh my goodness, I might just be a convert to eBay listing. It was the picture upload was so much quicker. The whole process I found a lot quicker than Auctiva. My only hesitation, my only hesitation with dropping Auctiva completely is that it keeps all the listings that I've ever done, and it's so useful to go back to them. Auctiva costs approximately £7 to £8 a month. It's $10 US, and depending on the exchange rate at the time. And to be honest, I think just for that, I'd almost keep it. You know, it's not a massive expense. It's less than £2 a week, isn't it? So I've been, ever since I've tried listing on eBay, I've been listing mostly on eBay. I refer back to Auctiva for things that I know that I've sold before in the past to check prices, what I sold them at, and that sort of thing, and listing descriptions, copy descriptions and stuff. So it does have its place, but yeah, I'm converted to listing directly on eBay. I'm saving myself so much time, and I'm finding it far quicker to bash out 20 listings a day direct on eBay than I ever was on Auctiva. Finally, just briefly talk about pickups. Car boot season is still ongoing. They're obviously a lot smaller now. One was pretty much all but rained off, and this week's one was okay weather and not too bad. My best ones recently was, I showed them in the Hangout show with Sean, a set of plastic champagne flutes, Marie Chandon ones. I paid £1.50 for the set, and they sold within a day of listing at £29.99 plus postage, and went off on GSP to Switzerland, which was nice. I've been quite lucky in the charity shops. I got a massive shoe haul from a charity shop, all £1 and £2 last week, which I showed in a vlog video that I did. And I've just picked up another huge load of £2 clothes from a charity shop this morning. I've got 3 big carrier bags to sort out. So yeah, pickup's going good. We still haven't got Facebook Marketplace for some reason. I don't know if it's because we're in Devon or what, but I've never found Facebook great for buying stuff anyway, so I'm not that fussed about it. And having seen pictures of the interface, it looks a bit like Spock, which I don't particularly like. Gumtree I haven't been using simply because I have enough stock. I'm trying not to get too behind again. I want to catch up with my backlog. So yeah, I've been trying to lay off that a little bit. And of course eBay sniping as well, which I always up a bit at this time of year. Anyway guys, I think that's probably it. I don't know how long I've rambled for, because I've done this in 4 or 5 different parts while I've been running errands in different places. I'm just doing short journeys and jumping in and out of the car to pick things up and drop things off. So yeah, apologies if it's been a bit bitty, but yeah, I think that's it for this week. I hope your sales are going well. I hope you are picking up some good stuff, and yeah, hope everything is going well and you're having an epic Q4. I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.